Hello, everyone, and welcome to Our Generation. We have a very exciting episode for you today, and I am your host, Madison Fisher. You know, I'll be turning 26 this month, which is pretty wild. Just the thought of it makes me want to shiver, to be completely honest. And I'm arriving at the tail end of my 25th year, and I gotta say, it's not what I thought it would be. You know, in high school, you're fed all these dreams, like you're gonna be prancing in meadows, dancing through the valleys, and just having a grand old time, not a worry at all. And let me tell you, that's not the case. If Maury was here, he'd say, that was a lie. But every day, my two brain cells manage to carry on. They get me to my meetings, they get me to my task, my to-do list, all that fun stuff. But I gotta say, it's a lot of work for those little things. Every day, my two brain cells manage to just carry on. They get me to my meetings, my to-do list, my task. I really can't tell you how many times I've pushed a pull door, hit my head off my car roof, and just screamed, what does any of this mean? I feel like your teens are kind of like the test driving years. You know, you're gearing up to get your G1, you got all that confidence, you just did the written test, you feel on top of the world. You get into your 20s, it's like, you know, you got your G2, you drive on the highway, you can go to McDonald's at 2 a.m. if you'd like to. It's all a good time. And I pray that all that ends so that in your 30s, you have your full G license. I'm talking 13 going on 30 business people. It's almost like you're training for something. But let me tell you, I don't think I'm training for anything. I think it's just all downhill from here. This past weekend, I went out with my friends, something I've done a million times, just a harmless board game night, playing video games, staying up late. And let me tell you, the next morning, I woke up and I felt like I was hit by a dump truck. I just laid in bed all day the next day, stared at the ceiling, and I thought, this is it. This means my youth is over. And I know that I can't be the only one that feels this way. Heading into the last 5 years of my 20s, I'm just kind of at the point where I'm like, Jesus, take the wheel. You know, like, am I gonna be okay? What is an NFT? You know, what can we just print more money? Just an endless amount of floating questions in my head, and that's a lot for these two little brain cells. Poor little fellas. But you know what? I'm pretty lucky because I get to be on this show and I get to learn from other young professionals. I get to learn from just youth in general. And so hopefully that helps me, and I hope that it helps you at home too. We've got a great episode for you tonight. We've got Liam Bradshaw coming on and Tristan Damon, and we're going to talk about some mental health, some skate parks, life paths, and we're going to play Minute to Win It. So stay tuned. Hello and welcome back. We are sitting here with Tristan Damon, a young person of Corunna, Ontario, and he's ready to have a quick little conversation before we head into our game segment. How are you, Tristan?
I'm good, you?
I'm pretty good. So not many people know this, but Tristan's actually quite the skater. Yeah? So do you think that there are enough skate parks in like Corunna, Sarnia? Like, do you think you have a place to go to actually enjoy yourself?
No, not really. I feel like there should be a bit more because I like bowls, like the bowl. Mm-hmm. And there's one in, I think, Petrolia, but that's about it. And I don't go to Petrolia very often.
No, and you probably couldn't get there.
No.
No.
Well, I probably could if I got like a ride.
Do you like do the dirt bike path in Canatera? Okay, so how does it compare to the new skate park in Corunna?
From what?
Like the dirt bike path.
Oh, the path, like the jumps at Canatera.
Yeah, how does it differ?
It's a lot trickier, I can say that much. Like, the jumps are a lot harder than the ones in Corunna, because it's just, like, the half-pipe, and that's it, really, for Corunna.
So do you think there's enough in, like, you know, Corunna, Sarnia, like, whatever area for, like, young people like you to do, you know, what you want to do in terms of, like, hanging out with friends, in terms of, like, going to a skate park? Like, is there enough entertainment for you guys?
I feel like they should add, like, a basketball.
Ooh.
Like a basketball court.
That's a good point. Is there like not a functional one, you think?
No.
No, actually, I agree.
The only one that actually works is in a different school, and we have to hop the fence just to get to it.
Yeah, that's
Which is
such a
pain.
good point. I think like the only one that I feel like comfortable using is the one that's down by the bridge. But whenever I go to like a school to do it, usually there's like houses, and I feel really bad about like the bouncing that it just echoes. I don't like that. I'm not a big fan of that. So I agree with you. We should get on that, Sarnia. But yeah, so what school do you go to, Tristan?
St. Joseph's Catholic School,
Oh, what grade?
grade 8,
So that would make you what age?
13.
Oh, okay. If anyone can pick this up, Tristan and I know each other. We're actually cousins, first cousins, yeah. And so what is it like to grow up in a school, St. Joe's, where all of your other cousins have gone? And siblings, to be fair.
A little bit weird,
Yeah, why is that?
you know, because all the teachers, like the older ones, are like, I remember teaching this person. It's
Yeah,
like, oh, okay.
that's a good point. Do you feel like that has any impact on your education?
Not really.
No? See, I don't know. I always felt like when I went to St. Pat's, everyone knew who my sisters were. And so I felt like in that grade 9 year, I walked into the building and people kind of already thought of who I could be. But because Rachel and Ryan, my sisters, are so different, they were like, oh, maybe Maddie will be different too. But I still felt like, is she going to be the quiet one or is she going to be the rebel? And I felt like they were kind of waiting for me to kind of appear like that. Do you feel like that same pressure?
No, not really.
That's good. That's really, really good.
Because my siblings, Abby and James, are very similar. They have similar ideas of life, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, James, a little bit different. He likes to sit in his room because he works from home.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's
And my
good.
sister likes to go out a bit more. And I feel like I'm in the middle between that. Because I can sit in my room and I can just relax. But I really like to get out, have fun, go out with friends.
Do you think that's like a youngest thing? Because we're both the babies. And so I feel like Rachel was kind of the same way as Abby, and then Ryan was kind of the same way as James. So do you think that there's like a structure in families that kind of ends up happening a little bit?
Maybe.
Yeah? Do you think we're similar?
Yeah.
Yeah, you think we are?
100%, yeah.
In what ways do you think we're similar?
Rambunctious.
Yes, that's true. We are rambunctious a little bit, and we're ambitious. What's like the thing right now on your list for 2023 that you want to accomplish? Because I know in 2022 you were to skydive, which is wild. How was that experience?
Oh, it was fun.
Yeah? Did you like get scared at all before going on the
Yeah, I
plane?
felt like I was going to my pants, but that's about it.
Yeah, so for what are you going to do in 2023? Now that you've accomplished that, what are you going to do?
I don't know.
You don't know. Nothing on the radar?
Not at the moment.
Just starting grade 9 and living life?
I guess, yeah. Not fail school would be a nice one.
That is a good one. I think that's a great one. Yeah.
Mostly for high school because I am most definitely not prepared. Because here's the thing: is you need every single credit to pass, and I'm going to fail French at least 10 times.
You can't tell yourself you're going to fail French.
No. I don't know. I don't think I don't understand French whatsoever. I've never even tried to learn it because I don't want to speak a different language besides English.
Oh, okay.
So plus my French teacher.
So like that's something you're not even remotely interested in?
It's also the fact that my French teacher is just.
You don't like French
absolutely
teacher?
No. Absolutely not.
Well, I hope she's not watching.
I don't really mind if she does. Okay, but this is what happened. This was last year, and we had her for the morning,
Yeah.
and I had to go to the washroom, right?
Okay.
So I was like, Madame,
Yeah.
like, can I go to the washroom? And she's like, no. I'm like, but I gotta go to the washroom. And she's like, I don't care. Sit down and be quiet. I'm like, I got up and I went to the washroom. When I come back, she's like, go to the office right now.
Oh.
And she just started
I got
yelling
in
at me for
trouble.
like 30 minutes after that.
Yeah.
I
I
was
got in
like-
trouble for something very similar. I did not like when people told me not to go to the bathroom. I was like, no, I'm going to go.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's sometimes hard, though, because teachers got to teach, you know? So is that your 2023 goal?
What?
Is to pass French?
Yes.
If you have it in 2023, you could have it in 2024.
Yeah, no, probably.
Okay, but what else? Besides passion French, do you want to do like another like cool, fun, extreme sport activity?
Not really. I'm kind of getting out of sports at the moment. This year's going to be my last year of hockey because I'm kind of sick of it at this point.
Oh yeah,
I've been
hockey
playing
can
it
be
since I'm
really-
like 4, so
Yeah.
kind
So,
of.
but are you keeping up with lacrosse?
No. I stopped playing like 3 years ago
Well,
because I got a bad neck injury.
I thought you just stopped because of COVID.
No,
Oh.
I was hit in the neck with one of the guy's sticks.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's
It was on
awful.
purpose, though. That's the thing.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, it was. I had to go to the chiropractor for like 4 months.
Jeez. How old were you?
10, 11.
Wow.
I think I was
okay,
11.
well, maybe that's why you get migraines.
Yeah. But I didn't finish after the energy. I finished the season. And by the way, we won like everything. We were the
Yeah, I
best
know.
team
You guys
in
did amazing. That's why I
Ontario,
thought
yeah.
you'd keep going. But that's okay. So, Tristan, before we wrap up this, what is the best piece of advice you have ever heard or have been given?
I don't get much advice.
Don't worry
I
about it.
don't
Not
know.
even from social media?
Not really. I'm not on my phone that much.
That's true. So you have been given no advice.
Don't die.
That's
I guess. I don't know what to say really. It's like people don't exactly like walk up to me and just tell me, don't do this, watch out for this. Like they don't tell me that stuff. I feel like that's something you just have to learn.
That's true. Well, you heard it here, folks. The best piece of advice is don't die. We'll be right back. And welcome back, everybody. We are sitting down with Tristan Damon for some Minute to Win It challenges. So we decided that we do 2 games, one that's physical and one that's mental. So today, he's gonna be trying to find the match with cupcakes and elves. Can you do it, Tristan? Can you do it under a minute?
I don't know.
We're timing you.
All right.
Okay? On your mark, get set, go. Okay, he's flipped. Oh, not a match. Not a match. Okay. Oh, there's a cupcake. No. Not a match. Not a match. Smiling. Ah, and an O face. There you go. There you go. You got 40 seconds left. Can you do it?
Nope.
Can you get a match?
Hopefully.
Oh.
Aha.
Oh, you know that one. Where's
Smiling.
one match,
There's
ladies
one.
and gentlemen? One match. For all you folks at home, the pictures are also black and white to make it even harder. You have 30 seconds left,
noticed.
Tristan. 30 seconds. Oh, come on. You got it. You can do it. Use that brain. Oh.
That
and not a match. There's 10 seconds left. Can you do it?
I got another one.
Oh, another elf. And 3,
Nope.
2,
Wrong one.
1, and done.
Hang on.
I think you did pretty well. That game's pretty hard. And you were moving a little slower. So that's okay. He got how many matches? 2?
2.
2, that's pretty good. If you got 3, I would have been really impressed. So good job.
I could have gone 3 if I had like 10 more seconds because of this one and this one.
Oh, okay. Okay, well maybe next time.
I didn't know it's this one. Yeah.
And we are ready for another Minute to Win It challenge. Now Tristan's task is to get the stress ball into this bag 5 times in 1 minute. Are we ready, Tristan?
Yeah.
Okay, the timer says 1 minute, and let's go. Oh, not close enough. There we go. All right, so that's 1 try. Let's see what you can do. Oh, so close. I wish I could help you, but I really can't. All right, okay, you got this, you got this. You got 40 seconds, just breathe. Oh, so close. You can do it. There you go, there you go. Oh, that's so close, so close. You got 25 seconds left. Oh, I thought that one was going in.
It looked like it was, but
That's okay, that's okay.
where are you going?
Be a shooter. Come on, you can do it. You
This
got
is why
15
basketball
seconds
is
left.
not my sport.
That's okay. Oh, it went behind me. Ready? All right, you got 10 seconds, 10 seconds.
Oh my god,
Oh, there, it's going to you.
Yeah.
There you go, there you go. Okay. Oh, one last shot, one last shot. Let's see if you can sink it. Ah, nice try, nice try, nice try. I wonder if I could do it. Yeah, it's really hard. I'm sorry. I am sitting here with Liam Bradshaw. I'm ready to go into a deep conversation. How are you doing, Liam?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, pretty good.
That's good.
So are you born and raised in Sarnia?
So I was born in London, but very early, like I think I was 6 years old, I moved to Sarnia.
Oh, wow.
And I grew up here, lived here for 20 years. So,
oh, wow.
yeah.
So what's the past 20 years been like? Like, where did you start? Now where are you?
Okay, so when I moved here, I started school at Lake Road.
Oh, okay.
I was in grade 1, and I loved Lake Road. It was across town for me, so I had to take a bus.
Oh,
But,
okay.
no, I loved it there. Most of the kids that were at Lake Road with me went to Northern. I ended up going to St. Clair.
Oh, nice.
So I had to make new friends in high school. I feel like in high school I was kind of that guy that was like friends with everybody, but didn't really have my own like core group of friends.
Yes,
You know?
I understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was interesting. And then after high school, I didn't really know what I wanted to do, so I took 2 years off, and then I went to college and did child and youth care.
Oh, that's awesome. Did you find that those 2 years like helped you?
Yeah, yes and no. Like I worked, so I was working at McDonald's at the time.
Oh,
and I
that's
pretty much-
difficult. That's a hard job.
Yeah, it was an experience. It definitely taught me a lot, though. Like I liked that job.
Oh, good.
So yeah, after I was working there, and then I forget what you even said.
Oh, just the 2 years. Was it like, was it beneficial to your journey?
Yeah. So it gave me a chance to realize, like, I wanted to do something. Like I was kind of just taking these 2 years, not in school, not doing a whole lot, like working, but not really doing much else. And it made me realize, I want to continue my education. I wanted to get something. I still didn't quite know what that was, though.
Yeah.
So
did you find that through the child and youth care path?
yeah. So the reason I went into child and youth care was, so when I was younger, I was born with a lot of like health complications, and I was in the hospital all the time.
Oh, wow.
So there was a worker there named Terry, and I believe his role was like a child life specialist.
Oh.
So he wasn't like a nurse or a doctor, but he would always come and hang out with me before a big procedure or like anything really, like a blood test or anything, and just make me feel relaxed and calm, and someone was there, right? So he was kind of like my inspiration for this.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, so that's kind of why I went into child and youth care and why I'm continuing to, work in this field.
Yeah, so you said you're going to Western right now for social work.
Yeah.
So is that just kind of an advancement of the CYC?
Yeah, so I got the CYC diploma from Lambton and then applied that to the social work program at Western's 4 years. I got 1 year credit for having the CYC.
Oh, that's
diploma.
awesome. That's
Yeah.
a good little deal.
Yeah, so then 3 more years, and then I'll hopefully have my bachelor's of social work.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So when you were in CYC before going to Western, did you work in any facilities in Sarnia or any agencies?
Yeah, so throughout the school, like the 3 years of the program, you do a placement. So it's not technically, you're not working, you're like a student learning. You're not getting paid. You're not getting paid, but I did placements at Sacred Heart School.
Oh, nice.
I did a placement here at Rebound.
Wow.
And I did one at Big Brothers Big Sisters.
Oh my
And
gosh.
all three, I loved all three. They all taught me different things.
Those are 3 really big ones too.
Yeah.
Like that, you must be pretty good at what you do. Yeah.
I don't know. I like to think I do well.
Yeah.
But then after school, so one of my professors, Michelle Holbrook, she not pushed me, but she wanted to, push me into something that kind of out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
So she suggested.
Oh, she loves that. Don't
Yes.
you, Michelle, if you're watching.
Oh yes, she does. But it's good. She's right.
Yeah.
And she was definitely right with me. She suggested I work at the boys' home, the Huron House Boys' Home in Brights Grove, and I was super anxious before working there. I didn't really know what to expect. I kind of had this idea of what it was like, and I was nervous. But I worked there for 2 years, and I loved it. It was hard for me to leave there.
Yeah, it's such important work, and we
Yeah.
were kind of talking about that even before the filming. And so what do you think is kind of the biggest takeaway from that experience in terms of your work as like, in social work now? Like, what do you think is like the biggest takeaway from working in that kind of environment?
Well, I think for me, it was kind of just like every little thing matters, you know? Like these kids that were there, they don't always need like some big drastic thing, right? Like,
Yeah.
but just being there and like listening and offering to hang out with them and be present with them in their life was huge for them.
Yeah.
And so that kind of, I kind of take that with me.
That's amazing. And I
Yeah.
think like you bring up a good point, just being there. I think like as someone who's in child and youth work, being as consistent as possible and sharing that positive impact and just being a presence
Yep.
is really, really important.
Yeah.
So did you find that in your placements you kind of learned that skill and then you were able to bring it to the boys' home?
Yeah, absolutely. I think every year I kind of got more and more out of my comfort zone. Like I didn't even like speaking in front of people.
Yeah.
So just, every year I'd try and do more things that would help me grow.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
That's incredible. You should always challenge yourself.
Yeah.
So I hear you're kind of a big gamer. So does that kind of reflect in that world too of challenging yourself and growth and all that fun stuff?
Yeah, like I think for sure, like I've kind of always been a bit of a gamer. Like growing up, I wasn't too into sports. I wasn't too into some of the other things, that are popular. I was always just a gamer. So I started with like a Nintendo 64 back in the day and then just kept going. And
that's
today I play video games like pretty much every day.
Oh, that's awesome. I actually love video games. I don't usually play. I'm one of those people that likes to watch and like
Okay.
help guide.
Yep.
So I have a really awesome connection to video games, but I don't play them.
Okay, fair
So
enough.
I feel like they're probably one of the greatest things invented, to be completely honest. And so do you competitively do it or you just do it with friends?
So mostly just with friends. But while I was at Lambton, I actually did join their like varsity esports team for Counter-Strike.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so that was something that I've only done it the one time, but it was something that like really meant a lot to me and it just was an awesome experience.
That's amazing. So do you think that like your involvement with like CYC work, social work, and gaming, do you feel like there's kind of an overarching thing for you in terms of like mental health resources or just like having a hobby for an outlet? Like, do you think there's kind of an overarching theme there?
Yeah, like I feel like video games for me have always been kind of just like a way to de-stress, relax. And there was actually a point in time where I was trying to figure out a way to incorporate video games into my work, like into working with children.
Yeah.
So I was looking into starting some sort of group that was like, it would help kids open up and talk about stuff, but using video games to like connect.
Yeah, I think that'd be so cool. Because I know there are a few programs that utilize like board games and more like in-person games, but I think having a virtual, like actual space to game would be so cool.
And it's so popular with younger people, so that's why it's something that like you join them with what they want to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's so funny too, because like I feel like the narrative and kind of the stigma around video games is that it like does the opposite for your mental health. But I don't think I've met anyone besides like a grade 9 that may be stuck in their basement 24/7 who has that experience. So I'm happy to hear that's been a positive thing for you.
Yeah, like it's definitely something like people can get lost in it, right?
Yeah.
But it is for sure like a way, like there's so many different games and it's a nice way to just kind of escape for a bit and enjoy something that's different.
That's amazing. Well, that's all the time we have for you, Liam. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having
It was
me.
such a great conversation. I feel like that flew right by.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Our Generation. I'm your host, Madison Fisher. Already forgot everything. Oh, God, Mitchell, I swear to the Lord. I know, Welcome to Our Generation. I'm your host, Madison Fisher, and you wouldn't believe it, but I'm 25. I know I look a lot younger, but I'm actually gonna be, thanks, Mitch. And this month, I'll be turning 26 years old. I don't like saying it. I like how I'm talking about how my brain cells can't get together. That's literally what's happening right now.